Good morning, and thank you, Jan, for inviting the Boroughs Association to present their perspective on an important issue like this. I have some prepared remarks. I'll skim through them because I know time's getting tight. A lot of folks have a lot to share. But before I get started, I want to point out that the Pennsylvania State Association of Boroughs has gone on record in supporting a severance tax, provided a portion of that severance tax is directed to our local governments that are impacted by drilling itself. Also, in addition to that, the Boroughs Association testified to the House Appropriations Subcommittee on Fiscal Affairs back in March, Greg's committee as a matter of fact, regarding our desire to be held harmless from any of the impacts that may take place as a result of the drilling. First of all, our boroughs welcome the positive aspects on drilling for natural gas by both in-state and out-of-state companies. We look forward to working with them. We sense a win-win. Among those wins or positives may be new jobs, increased business for our local restaurants, diners, hotels, and we expect increases in spending as well in many of our local stores and our professional service providers, plumbers, drillers, tool and die folks, all types of economic growth that can occur. However, I want to stress that the word may was used in each one of those phrases I used there, because some of our communities where natural gas drilling has already occurred have experienced a lot of the out-of-state companies bringing in out-of-state labor, therefore the money goes into the out-of-state labor's pockets, ends up leaving the Commonwealth, not being spent in our communities. What I'd like to do is focus on our citizens that have invested a lot of their taxpayer dollars into our current local and state road system, as well as bridges. Taxpayers continue to pay to provide these services, police, fire, and emergency, as well as water treatment and water supply. At a time when the state's debating how to trim the state budget without increasing broad-based taxes, boroughs cannot neglect these impacts. Our goal is to help local governments to provide a dedicated funding stream that will guarantee our citizens are held harmless. We also agree with legislators that are concerned about not overburdening or hampering an industry by taxing them in an irresponsible manner in order to get a windfall. However, fairness mandates that those who cause damage should pay for the damage that they make happen throughout our communities. Some have argued it's not time to tax an industry in its infancy, but Pennsylvania was home of the first gas wells and continues to have thousands of new permits for drilling every year. The natural gas industry is not new to Pennsylvania. However, this technique for drilling into the shale that was once unattainable has changed the industry, bringing in new challenges, such as huge appetite for large amounts of water to be trucked in and out of well sites, causing massive impacts on our roads and infrastructure. So now is the time to levy a tax in order to give predictability to an industry. The tax should be fair and, yes, benefit those who pay it, such as dedicating the roads to local governments who provide the proper infrastructure and water needed by the industry to transport drilling rigs and water used in fracking the wells. So finally, to close, the Boroughs Association urges the General Assembly to pass a reasonable severance tax on the extraction of natural gas, with a dedicated portion going to protect our taxpayers and our local government communities, as well as the environment. Thank you.